What's up, Shay Base? It's your girl Simply Shay here with our next video for our segment, Ladies Corner. Without further ado, let's go. Alright ladies, so as you can see from the title, what we're going to be talking about this week is the importance of having self-love and knowing how to love yourself. So I know it's holiday time, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, all of those things are just around the corner. It's getting cold outside, it gets dark super fast, and for a lot of us, if you really haven't felt lonely all year, the holiday time, especially when it gets colder. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a cuddler, so I love cuddling and stuff like that. That's the hardest time for single women, for women without significant others or whatever the case may be. And so I kind of just wanted to make this video just for you guys to kind of pour into you all and give you guys some encouragement and things to kind of just keep us strong, okay? Keep us strong. So definitely first and foremost acknowledge that it's hard being by yourself sometimes. It's hard being in a place where you kind of are feeling lonely. I know for me, one of the hardest things for me is the simple fact that I don't have family here, like actual blood family, like my mom and my siblings. They don't live here. They live out in New Orleans, Louisiana, and so I am here by myself. In a sense, like I have obviously friends and things like that, but as far as like actual blood related family, my siblings, I grew up with them. I'm here by myself, so that kind of increases a little bit of like that feeling of loneliness sometimes, and just different things like that. You find yourself in a place where it's just like, man, I wish I had somebody to go here with and someone to do this with and to cuddle. And like I am a super emotional type, lovey-dovey, hold my hand, hug me like type person. Like that's just at the end of the day who I am. And so I know it's harder for ladies like that, and even if you aren't that type of person, it gets harder around this time, being away from family and then not having that significant other or someone else there to kind of balance out the loneliness of it all. And a lot of times what we can do is we can allow that loneliness to push you into the arms of the wrong person. Okay, and we are not doing that this year, ladies. We are not having that. One thing that I had this conversation with my friend the other day, and I just was telling her, I was like, hey, at the end of the day, yeah, like sometimes I'm like, man, yeah, I do wish I had someone like to be there and was in a relationship and all that jazz. But then when I really stopped to think about it, when I really stopped to kind of evaluate and think about the space that I'm in life, I'm not willing to risk my peace for that. I very much so, and I say it all the time, I would rather be by myself. I would rather, have those moments of loneliness, have those moments, where I kind of am like, man, I wish, I had someone here or whatever the case may be. I'd rather have those moments and be able to either pray them away or whatever the case may be, than be in a relationship, in an entanglement, in a situationship, in a friends with benefits situation, and, anything like that, and be wasting time. At the end of the day, like I am at a place in life where I'm just like, hey, I'd rather wait for the right person. I'd rather endure, continue to allow God to work on me, continue to allow God to do the work that he's doing in me, and allow him to send that person at the right time, and allow him, to just drop them right on off of my doorstep, because that's how God does it, right? Then to be out here just because I don't want to be lonely, just because I'm trying to fill a void, or just because I'm afraid to be by myself, just be with Pete from down the street. Like I'm just not trying to do that. I think, pause for a moment, I think that that's like going to be my thing. We're just going to always talk about Pete from down the street because I can't seem to let him go. So we're just going to always talk about Pete from down the street. That's going to be our guy, okay? Come back. All right. So but yeah, like I rather just be by myself. I'd rather just be in a space where I'm surrounded by good people, friends and different things like that, than to settle. That is what I want to encourage you guys. Do not settle. At the end of the day, you have to know your worth. You have to love yourself more and care more about yourself more than you care about being with someone else, than you Your feelings of self-love has to overpower the feelings of loneliness. It has to overpower, you know, those feelings of companionship and different things like that. Your feelings of self-love and self-worth and value and understanding the value in yourself has to be stronger than those other emotions that try to make us make temporary decisions. You know, try and make us push ourselves into temporary situations, into things that you know aren't gonna last, where you find yourself like, how did I even get here? Like, how did this even happen? How am I in so deep? Now, I know you ladies are probably saying, Shay, that's easier said than done. You don't understand. But listen, I just told y'all, I understand. I get it. I get it completely. I am single right now. I understand sometimes you have moments where you just want someone to be there. You want someone to be able to call to tell you about your day and cuddles like me. Just different things like that. Like, I get it. I understand. I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm telling you guys that it's necessary. But all I'm trying to do is get you guys to see that it's necessary, that you don't want to allow loneliness to be the reason that you get with someone. Trying to fill a void to be the reason why you start a relationship with someone. That's not healthy. That's not going to be building a relationship that's going to last. That's not going to be benefiting you or the other person, because at the end of the day, that person could really be genuinely looking for something, and because you're just trying to fill a void, just because you just aren't comfortable enough to be by yourself, or the loneliness is too much for you, now you're ruining them too. Now you're going to cause something that they're going to have to work through, that if you would have just been patient, you'd have prayed a little bit more, spent a little bit more time with yourself, and, you know, endured, you could have waited for the right person. That is what I'm encouraging you guys to do. That is what I'm telling you guys to do. Take yourself out on dates. Take yourself out to the mall. Buy yourself something nice. You know what I'm saying? Take that time to pamper yourself. Sometimes there are times when I come home from work and like I just had such a hard day and a long day. I just go in the bathroom. I run me hot bath water, bubbles, all that jazz. I light candles and I turn the lights off and I just sit in the tub. Have those moments with yourself. If you don't love yourself enough, aren't comfortable with yourself enough, don't have peace enough with yourself to be able to just be with you, how can you expect somebody else to be with you and want to be with you if you don't even want to be with yourself? If you don't even, you know what I mean? If you can't even sit in silence. That's how you know when someone's mind has been wandering or someone has a lot on their mind. If they can't just sit in silence, if they gotta talk, you know what I mean? If you can't just sit and meditate, hey, just tell somebody you may got some things you may want to work through. Okay? got some things you may want to work through. You know, and like I said, this isn't to like beat anyone up or anything like that, because ladies, like, I hear you, I feel you, I am you right now. Like, this is us, we, okay? You know, I get it that it's a little lonely sometimes. It's a little frustrating sometimes, especially, you know, when you know that you're a dying piece or whatever. You know, I get it. It's frustrating. It sucks sometimes. It's not always fun, especially when you are like me, a genuine person who just loves to love on people and, you know what I mean, stuff like that. But one thing that I have learned is most women like that, most people like that, are the people that get taken advantage of the most. So take it and count it a blessing that God is protecting you from being used by the wrong person. That God is protecting your value enough, protecting the gift that He gave you of compassion and of loving heart enough to keep it, to protect it, to hide it until, okay, hey, daughter, this is the person that you need to give it to. Like I said, we have to be able to be in a place where we give God our heart. Where we say, okay, God, I need you to keep this safe for a moment, okay? Work on it, mold it, do what you need to do, but keep it safe. And when you're ready for me to open back up, when you're ready for me to be found, okay, then you can hand it off. But don't just go handing your heart out to everybody. Stop giving Pete your heart. Pete don't deserve your heart. And stop thinking that when you give Pete your body, you're not giving him your heart too. That's just me being real. That's me being honest with you guys, coming from a place of honesty and understanding. When you give Pete your body, you're giving him your heart too, whether you realize it or not, whether it's a huge piece of your heart or not, whether it's a piece that you miss or not, or realize that you miss or not. When you give him your body, you're creating soul ties. You're giving him your heart too. You're giving him a piece of it. I'm just want to encourage you guys to learn to love yourself more. Love yourself past the loneliness. Love yourself past the frustration and, the lack of understanding and the cold weather and, all of those things. Love yourself past that. I just want us to be able to be in a place as young ladies, as women in Christ, to be okay with it just being us. To be okay with having self-love and that being enough. Even if it is just for, a season, even if it is just, a moment of loneliness, I can honestly say that I wouldn't have the confidence, I wouldn't have the quirkiness and the just confidence, boldness to be who I am and be sitting before you guys as I am if it hadn't been for the season that God gave me by myself, if it hadn't been for the season that I'm going through right now, of it just being me and God. If it hadn't been for that, I wouldn't have found out who Shaylon was. I wouldn't have really, been able to tap into the real me. So it's important to find that self-love and to be able to be in a place where that's enough. Where it's enough, hey, you know what? It's enough that I'm here. It's enough that I love myself. It's enough, to say that, hey, I am willing to just wait. Hey, I don't want to waste time on Pete. He's not cutting it. He's not going to cut it. I understand and see that this is a dead end. There's really, no life there. There's no anything there. Like, I already know this. I already see this. That's a mistake that we make so often because we want companionship, because we just want someone to be there and cuddle with, and hey, I just want to take cute pictures with you, and I just want someone to lay in the bed with me. And hey, I'm going to go ahead and be real with you guys because I know ladies like you think it. Hey, I just want somebody to sleep with every now and again. Like, we get in those moments, we get in those realms where it's just like, you miss out on the beautifulness that a man and a woman coming together is supposed to be. And that's not even just like on a sexual level, just even on an intimate level of your mind, of your soul, of connecting with someone that God has connected you with, and not just a Pete from down the street that you was like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? We get into a place where we are so just, it is what it is, and I'm tired of waiting, or, we don't have enough self-love to be able to say, you know what, hey, I'm willing to stick this out. Hey, you know what, I know that if God has me waiting this long, he's about to blow my mind, because that's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? God, you about to blow my mind. I already know when we step out, we stepping out. God already know when we step out. I already know when he knock on my door. That'd actually be a little weird. But, God, I already know. Like, when you sin, when you say, okay, hey, here you go. There you go. I don't really think that was right form, but hey, it is what it is. But God, I already know. When you sin, when you say, hey, daughter, look up, that's it right there. Hey, that's it right there. I know that it's going to be right. I always say it all the time. I know that it's going to be epic. I know that it's going to be epic when you sin. When you say, okay, hey, we're now moving you into a new season. Well done for sticking it out. Well done for maintaining in the season of loneliness when you had so much pulling at you, when the DMs was going off and this one was trying to talk to you and that one was trying to talk to you. Way to go for enduring. Way to go for being able to say, hey, not only do I love myself enough, but I've made a commitment to God that I'm willing to keep. You know what I mean? My commitment to God is more important than me just kicking it with some Pete on the street. Like, my commitment to God is more important than that. So, ladies, I just want to encourage you guys in the season of coldness and holidays, and we're seeing all of these couple pictures and all that jazz. Remain steadfast. Remain patient. Do not allow loneliness to overpower your self-worth, overpower your self-love. Do not allow, you know, the longing for companionship and just different things like that to make you make decisions that you're not going to be able to take back. Don't allow that to happen. Listen, I love you ladies very, very much. I know this video was a little quicker, but I feel like I got the point across. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Remember, we're growing and glowing here, okay? Bye.